Alright, it's your girl Neosha Lachey. I'm back with another segment of Born to Poke. You see our light behind us, you know.
Brand new.
Our second segment actually in the new studio. So, Churl, our artist, you might remember him from our last episode. Our last episode where he tattooed Moray, the up and coming Fayetteville artist. So we got him today. He's our first artist here in our studio.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, before I start, let me remind you guys, we are the number one. You gotta repeat after me when I say number one.
Oh, got you.
We're the number one.
I'm new to this.
Number one.
Numero uno.
Urban outlet for tattoo content, okay?
Urban outlet for tattoo content, you hear me?
There we go. So, make sure you guys are following us on Facebook, IG, and YouTube.
YouTube, man, that's a big one.
YouTube. Alright, so today we're doing something a little bit different. Normally we do have our Q&As with our artists and sit down and talk, but we're doing a different segment today because I want to start where we are pretty much doing different segment on the do's, don'ts, shoulda, woulda, couldas when you're getting tattoos.
Right.
So we're going to give you guys a little insight on what artists think about certain things that you guys do. Okay?
Y'all be doing some crazy
So today we're gonna talk about tipping. So sometimes it's taboo where I'ma say it because you know we gotta say the good and bad, the ugly, whatever when it comes to this whole industry of talking about our people. You know, we're not accustomed to tipping, and sometimes it's not even with your artists; it's with your waitresses. I mean, your barber,
your nail techs.
Guilty.
Anybody that's doing a service for you, man. Tip them folks, man.
You gotta tip. So, I mean, just so you guys can get an idea, and I wanted to sit down with the extra artist so you guys can get an idea as far as like what they go through when it comes to like creating a custom piece for you guys.
Right.
Because from the time you walk in the door and do your consultation, you tell them everything you want. That's about what?
Walking the door consultation, that's a good 3-4 hours right there.
God dang, I didn't even think it was that long.
Walking the door for the consultation, well, you gotta think, like,
Jesus.
Sometimes people hit us up on IG or wherever they get our contact from, and then they kind of give us a little spiel of what they want.
Right.
And then they don't make no sense, so we sit here trying to get something together real quick.
Right.
Then they end up being, hey, pull up to the shop, let's get a consultation, and we can really get size, location,
you gotta measure and all that
words,
stuff.
because sometimes over the phone don't make sense, just like with anything. So
I've tried that before, and I've tried booking for like artists, and let me just say it don't go well. Because they'll tell me, well, I want this way, you know, then the third, and I relate it to the artist, and the artist looking at me like, what the fuck? And I'm like, well, that's what they said.
Yeah.
And the person comes in, and they're like, no, I want them. I'm like, you know what? I give up.
Right. So some people just don't know how to explain their thoughts in the right way.
That part.
So they'll tell me, yeah, I want a tiger on my thigh or whatever, right? They don't say color tiger, just the tiger head, the body, the size. I'll mess around and draw them a tiger, and then that looks too masculine. Can you make a tiger more feminine?
Like that's a line.
Like
it is a kind of a line.
It's just crazy. So I like to get them in, sit down with them, and really get to the nitty gritty of what they want.
Right. So the consultation, we'll say like 3 hours. That's from the time you make contact on the phone till they come in.
Yeah, not literally all at once, but just
from
first contact to actually getting to what we want.
Okay.
Some hours go by.
So then you got to go through and you research.
Right.
And researching is normally how long you want to say about?
Can't call it. I done researched and found something decent within a few minutes, and I done took a couple hours to find something legit and actually get it down, because like I said, some people just don't explain the right thing. So I'll find something, or think I found something.
Right.
Send it to them, see if they like the reference. Nah, that's not it.
Gotcha.
And most of the time it be people just being extra picky.
Right. They want to be very, very.
And it comes across as them not knowing exactly what they want either.
Right.
It's just a lot of time wasted.
You. So we do that. Then you sketch it up. Then by the time they get in there, so I mean, we're just gonna say an estimate in 12 hours. Could be longer if they set an appointment for later
Could
out.
be.
So when you think about the time they've done all that and everything, and it's time you get into the chair, and then you become their therapist.
Call the doctor.
That's when you say, come see the doctor.
Yes, sir.
Come see the doctor. So you had to think, like, after all of that and the research and the time they put into it, the time you guys are, like, actually tattooing them, you're talking to them, I mean, they've become mentally and physically exhausted to a, you know what I'm saying, certain degree.
Definitely.
So when you're doing a service like that, you would think, you know, a nice gesture would be, you know, let me say thank you, for one.
Thank you, please.
Or a monetary tip, or even so, like, you know what I'm saying, you know, you're gonna be there for a minute, and not saying you know, you're supposed to be drinking during your tattooing or whatever, but you know, afterwards the artist might need to go home, digress. They may need a drink, so you know, bring them a little bottle, something.
For sure. Which I do have a couple clients that do that.
Right.
Shouts out to Nadir. That's my boy. He's always pulling up with something. Whether it be a tip or he would bring a little bottle of something to sip on while we're there. But the majority, no. I don't get Nathan.
Right. So we have to, like, you know, just take in consideration as far as, like, what they do. You know, like you said, any service, you know, deserves some type of thank you or something. You know what I'm saying? And it's not saying that, you know, nobody's forcing you to do it or anything like that, but it's just the fact, like, it'd be a nice gesture. Right.
Since I've started tattooing, I've appreciated services, you know what I'm saying, a little bit more.
Right.
Like we was talking about before this. Before, like, I go out to eat, whatever, with the family, I'll probably tip like $2-3.
Right.
Like, now it's like a straight up 10, because I see where that work, you know what I'm saying? I see where the work goes.
Right.
And I appreciate that, because I do the same thing in, you know, another form, of course, but it's a lot. Not necessarily a lot physically, but I mean, you're working for others, you know what I'm saying? You're pleasing others, so I feel like that should be appreciated.
Right. And I know a lot of people think, well, you know, I paid, you know what I'm saying, I paid them $500-$600, you know what I'm saying, for the tattoo. And granted, like, in some tattoo shops, most tattoo artists are working in a shop where they're, you know, splitting, you know, their fee or whatnot. So you got to think, you may have paid them $600, but they may only get 3 of that, or, you know, whatever the case may be. So it's like that extra.
Yeah, everything helps. Like you said, you could do a $600 tattoo. I'm really only taking home $300. You know what I'm saying? So everything extra helps. Yeah.
So you have to think, like, I mean, you know, and they say, you know, starving artists. Sometimes artists really are starving. You know what I mean? Like, they really are.
Out of that phase, but it's definitely like that, because some people straight up pay their bills doing this.
Exactly. And you got to think, like, you're starting to, like, especially when a new artist comes in, they're building their clientele, you know what I'm saying, and all that. So it's like, and I hate to say this, the word starving artist, you know what I'm saying, but in reality, sometimes that's what it is.
They're trying to get their clout up. They're trying to get to that clientele to where they rolling like that, and before it gets to that point, everything, like I said, everything helps.
That part, and not only that, when some people come in and it's like they want to lowball, you know what I'm saying, your artist. So if you're gonna lowball, you can at least tip them.
I ain't gonna say no names, man. I just had one the other day, maybe like 2 weeks ago. You probably know who I'm talking about. Wanted this tattoo. We gonna keep it real vague. Worth $250, at least $250, and in a location that made it a little more difficult to do. It cost, bro, and bro. Talking about, man, I only got 120, 130.
Like, bro.
And I'm working when I'm like, okay, maybe if I'll drop for him, just knock this out for him. He'll show some love at the end. Nah, appreciate you, bro.
We out.
He did. I'm like, what? Bro, I ain't tatting him no more, bro.
Right, and I think that's the thing too. A lot of people don't realize, like, when you guys are artists, you know what I'm saying? So whenever somebody comes in and they may not have, like you said, they may not have the full amount or whatever, but you're still gonna do the tattoo because it's an art, you know what I'm saying? And you like
doing it.
You like doing it. So it's like, if I'm looking out for you, the least you can do for me, you know what I'm saying, is just throw me a little something because I'm looking out for you, and it's like the love behind the job. So it's like, maybe, like you said, they may not have all of it because you're you're that in tune and you love the art, you're gonna be like, you know, let me go ahead and do this or whatever.
Right.
Because not only that is building your artistry, is building everything else. You know what I'm saying? Up behind it. So, you know, that's what I'm saying. Just like little stuff like that, they gotta think about when it comes to tipping your artist. It's a lot that goes behind it. A lot that goes behind it.
A lot of time and effort to please you, man.
That's it. So, you know, this is just some little tips about tipping. So you guys will know everything that the artist does go through. So again, you know, like I said, we're gonna do a little segment here and there so you know the shoulda, couldas, do's, don'ts when it comes to coming in a tattoo shop. And we appreciate you coming in to sit down and like give us the artist, you know, aspect of everything. Because I can tell you all day, you know, what you should do, but until you hear it from the artist's mouth,
straight from the horse's mouth, man.
Then
tip every service you get.
That's it.
I don't care if it's the barber, the waitress, your nail tech, tattoo artist, all of that.
And I'm gonna start tipping my nail tech. Why you laughing?
Them nails on now, I know you ain't tipped for.
Shut the fuck up. Anyway, I'm gonna make sure I start doing my part. So you guys make sure you start doing your part. Appreciate your artists. Appreciate everything they do for you because it does take a lot. It is a lot that they do from the beginning to the end. So you have to take that in consideration. So again, this is your girl Neosha Lachey. I'm sitting here with Trill.
Trill,
we
aka
are here, the doctor.
The doctor, aka help me, please.
Another episode of Born to Poke. Make sure you guys are checking us out. YouTube, Facebook. Again, YouTube,
Facebook, Instagram. Subscribe, like, comment, share,
all that.
man.
You heard him.
Man, we popping out here. Let's get it.
We here. We the #1 urban outlet. The number one urban outlet for tattoo content. So make sure you guys are following us. Again, thank you guys for checking us out. We will see you again. Peace out.